Welcome, wonderful friends, to the Sunday rune and card readings. Thank you so much for joining me. So today our readings are going to be guided by these symbols. Now, I have been meditating and drawn them as best I can in terms of what I was shown. Taken quite a bit of time to try and get these absolutely right from the sketches that I have drawn. And each of these symbols is about attracting something. So reading one is going to be about attracting love, about attracting a soulmate. So this will be some kind of relationship reading. Reading number two is actually about attracting abundance in terms of wealth, money, that area. So it may apply to your career pathway, but these are symbols to do with attracting very specifically, really wealth in the material plane. The symbol for reading number three is about attracting, the best way I can describe it, or as I heard it, it's about attracting that which you will, so that which you think about. So ultimately it's almost like a law of attraction symbol. What do you wish to create? What do you wish it's a manifestation symbol, actually. What do you wish to manifest? What do you wish to draw to you through the power of your conscious thought? So in a way, this is kind of almost like a creative space that gives you a free rein to draw into yourself whatever it is that you are desiring. So it's quite universal in terms of its attraction. This is very specific in terms of money, abundance, and this is very specific in terms of love, relationship, particularly love relationships as opposed to working relationships. I mean, if relationship cards come up in this reading, then they will be more to do with career pathways. So we shall see what the cards show us. Now, it's really interesting. I was shown these symbols in meditation, and we are about to enter the space of a new moon in Virgo. So I'm going to just read to you a little bit from this year's Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon journal about new moon wishes and intentions, just about this particular new moon. So, new moon in Virgo. This is really the energy that is around. In a month where the astro energy naturally invites review, that's very much where we are this September, use the incredibly positive alignments of this new moon in Virgo to set wishes that create balance from the inside out, which is also how we attract and manifest, of course, and that emphasize the day-to-day quality of your life. The energy of the new moon in Virgo lends itself well to areas of our lives that involve our physical health and well-being, our careers and workplace, and our ability to be organised and efficient. It also connects to our capacity to be discerning within our relationships and hold our boundaries. Use this new moon energy to wish for the perfect life-work balance that allows you to uphold a consistent flow of healthy energy, bringing wellness in both mind, body and soul. If you're looking to manifest a new career pathway, use the energy of this new moon to set wishes that invite a career position that aligns you with your greatest contribution. If you are experiencing any form of dissatisfaction, conflict or challenge, particularly at work, with either managers or subordinates, use this new moon to wish for a balanced resolution that values all parties. If you are someone who's crippled by perfectionism and carries a rager inner critic, use this new moon to make wishes that ask to release these internal thinking patterns with ease. In your new moon ceremonies, write down your 10 wishes and open yourself to receive the guidance you need to highlight the next steps on your pathway of manifestation. To engage with the new moon energy at its most powerful, be sure to write your wishes down during the 8 hours following the exact time of the new moon at your location. We have the locations here. I will post all this onto our Facebook page as well. So if you are wanting to go back over this, just tune into the Facebook page. I will put the link in the information box and also in the comments as well. Remember also that this new moon actually marks for the tribal clan mother moons, this new moon marks the setting sun woman. She's the 9th clan mother of the year, the 9th moon cycle of the year, and she speaks about she's the keeper of tomorrow's goals and dreams. So we are entering a lunar cycle, approximately 28 days, where we can really focus the energy on tomorrow's goals and dreams, the power of our will, and our capacity to both to be present and to manifest from the perspective of what we wish to bring into the future. Hence these symbols, I think, coming through to me in my meditations. So without further ado, as I said, I'll post this onto the Facebook page. For anyone that's new to this wonderful YouTube community, and guys, you are awesome. Thank you so much. You really are. You're just inspirational. Anyone that's new to this YouTube channel, to this community, welcome. Just check in on the comments and you'll see the kind of people you are walking with on your journey. Guys, I give away, if you are new, I give away a free private reading and also a signed limited edition pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards every month. In the information box and the comments, I will put links in there to the Facebook page so you can access the daily lunar updates, a link to join our subscriber email list as well. I will also put the timestamps so you can access the readings. If you may already know which reading you immediately are drawn to, go to the timestamps. You can move to those as well. There's also a pre-order page set up now for next year's Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon journal and diary as well, and there's a link to that page on the store as well. So just tons of links. So enough of that. Now, very interesting cards we're going to be using today as well. Again, some people will know already which reading, others like to sit with me as I draw the cards and the runes. We're using 3 different tarot packs, one for each of the readings, and interestingly enough, I was called to use only the major arcana and the court cards. Okay, so we have 3 different packs, just the major arcana and the court cards. So let's see what we are. So see what we're shown. We won't see what we're shown till we get to the readings, but we're going to do 5. That one's leapt out, so is coming in as our first. For anyone interested in the tarot that I'm using, this is the Mythic Tarot. This is the, I think by Liz Green, is one of the collaborators in this. This is I think it's the Mirror of the Soul, the Aleister Crowley pack, sometimes known as the Thoth pack. And this is the Nordic Tarot. Okay, now we're also going to draw from the Gaia pack as well, just one for each. We're going to draw from the Art of Manifestation Oracle pack. Okay, we're going to draw from another tarot. This is the Lightseers Tarot. Just one card for each again. Okay, and lastly we're going to draw runes. These are the Moonology card, oracle cards as well. So lastly, just one rune. Okay, so wonderful friends, we have 3 beautiful readings awaiting us. The first aligning with the attraction of love, of relationship, of soulmate connection. The second, attracting to us and connecting with the attraction of abundance, very much in a material way, money, your circumstances, so possibly career pathway too. Lastly, this is, I feel, very much in alignment with setting some woman the keeper of tomorrow's dreams and goals. It's the colour of will. This is the energy of her. So something about our capacity to manifest, a blank canvas almost. What do you wish to attract for yourself? How is that happening for you? What do the cards and rune wish to speak to you in that area of your world? So wonderful, friends. I will see you in the readings. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 1 with this beautiful symbol actually for love, to attract and draw in love, a soulmate, relationships. Okay, so our rune is the rune of flow. Now, this is very interesting because it would suggest that there is a flow of energy. Things are working for you, something is flowing forwards. We have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. Oh, this is interesting. Page of Swords. Gosh, High Priestess. Page of Wands. Oh, this is very interesting. Let's have a look and see what other cards we have here. Now we have the Moonology card. A personal issue reaches resolution. I need to make space for all our cards. Okay, where can I put? I'm going to place this symbol up here, I think. I always think with reading number 1, I haven't worked out where anything's going to go. I'm just unfolding the cards. Let's move these cards up. And then by the time I get, as we have the same number of cards in each of the readings, by the time I get to the second and third readings, I have an idea of where we're positioning them and how that's going to pan out. So we have a personal issue reaches resolution. This is interesting. We have 6 of Earth. Gosh, who are you manifesting? What are you bringing in? Restore balance. We also have the card of the Moon. Now this has come out in reverse, so we'll leave it that way. It's really interesting. This is especially sitting near the High Priestess. You need to listen to your intuition. It's really, really important to listen to your intuition. I'd like to say I feel as though there could be, possibly, for some of you, more than one, I want to say more than one suitor. Okay, now things are flowing forwards. You're actually moving into a new space within you. You know, a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, this card represents. And this wonderful, wonderful energy of the 6 of Earth. I think this is an interesting thing here, the Page of Swords. This is the bit that's coming to a resolution. Now, the Page of Swords is, sometimes it represents somebody it can represent someone that's really quite adolescent, coming into your world, but it can also represent what I would call that sort of gossipy drama, sort of backstabby stuff, you know, that kind of school playground banter that isn't actually very nice. There's not a very nice underlying intent. This is what's getting sorted, I think. You're moving beyond this. It's moving away from you. Now, if we talk about the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, I'm going to voice them in terms of non-gender specifics here. But the energy here is of feminine creativity. So it's manifesting from the inside out. It's actually, you're manifesting from a position of strength and what I would say emotional awareness. You've reached a space, I think you really know yourself. Now, manifestation is all about ultimately creating from the inside out. It's about that inner work. We've just finished a lunar cycle with the 8th moon cycle, the 8th clan mother, she who heals. So many people have been going through quite a significant personal space of healing, of facing things, peeling back the layers, but also within that, not just peeling back the layers and entering a space of vulnerability, but also a space of resolution, seeking resolution, learning to put things down that are out of our control. So we've had a month of, in effect, almost like a rite of passage where we have been offered an opportunity to heal. It's been fascinating that the Sunday rune and card readings have been quite consistently about peeling back layers and looking inwards at things. This is sort of saying, really, look, you've been doing this work, and now we are moving into a new space. The setting sun woman, the colour of, she represents green, the colour of will. Interesting, we have this beautiful card, Restore Balance, in these beautiful green colours. And even the moon here there's a lot of green in the energy of this. You've come through a month of healing on many, many layers and many, many levels. You have reached a space where you can genuinely, it's like from within, you are standing on a solid foundation. You know of yourself. You know who you are. It means that you now know what you desire. Now, the Page of Swords for me, sitting bang in the middle, this has great relevance. This is what you're needing to put down. This is what is needing to move away from you. You are being invited not only to tune into your own intuition and trust it, but also to really align with your higher self, align with your higher guides. And I would venture to say that you may find that there is someone around you who can be quite a mentor to you. You may find that you have, a really close friend, or there's someone around you that you can seek advice from. Advice and guidance is coming into you at this moment in time. There's also renewed passion. This is becoming resolved, whether you've been tangled within yourself with like some resentments from the past that cause you to sort of still feel like you kind of want retribution, or you need some sort of, I want to almost say sense of justice, but there's something that you're putting down. This is quite a challenging card, but it is leaving you. It's coming to a resolution, and as such, you become clear. It's like there's a space within you to allow the flow to return. There is definitely support around you, whether you align with your higher guidance, your own intuition. There's new energy, new vitality coming in. What is curious for some of you as well, I feel that there's somebody around you, literally, and for some of you there's more than one potential suitor. So just be mindful. One might be a fire sign and one might be an earth sign. There's something, one person is quite fiery, passionate, young, full of vitality. The other is quite steady, a bit more of the world. They're a good provider, or that they work in the world. They've done well in their career. They're on a strong, steady pathway. They know who they are. Again, non-gender specific. So one of these people, whether we are talking male or female in your world and in your drawing in of a relationship, but I think for quite a few of you, there's more than one choice available to you. And this may cause you to feel perhaps a little bit emotionally turbulent. Don't try to prescribe. That's what this reading is saying. Allow yourself to attract from within. Enjoy. Don't worry about it. The moon in reverse is telling me you're slightly anxious or concerned. Don't worry about it. And also for some of you, there's an interruption. For some of you, there is an interruption. So even though there is energy, renewed vitality and passion coming in, there is a disturbance along the way. For some, this is leaving behind something. For others, there is an interruption. And again, I think you'll find resolution within the interruption. It could be an ex coming into your world, whether this is resolution of a past, You know, somebody who was a bit backstabby, a bit young and adolescent, maybe even a little bit narcissistic, a bit self-orientated, just young in their ways. You're moving beyond that, and you know that. You're in a very solid internal place. New relationships are coming in. For some of you, there is possibly a delay. Don't try to, this reading is really saying, don't try to prescribe how a new relationship might be. Don't try to push it into a shape or a form too quickly. It needs to organically grow. And if there is more than one suitor, you need to organically get to know them. And if there is an interruption, an X shows up for some of you. There's definitely some aspect of an X coming in here. So whether you're processing the residue of a past relationship, whether you are exiting an existing relationship, whether one of these two people is an existing relationship, but it's not been on solid ground, there's something of a processing and therefore a little bit of a delay. I'm not seeing a long delay in this. I'm not seeing a long delay. The key here is to maintain your balance. This card is calling you to notice what kind of situations, people and circumstances throw you off balance, and more importantly, what enables you to regain balance and to recenter yourself. Noticing heightens your awareness, and it creates an opportunity for you to become proactive in maintaining your ongoing balance and inner harmony. You really are asked to maintain your balance. If you feel like you're being swept off your feet by more than one person, or your emotions are being heightened by more than one person, or you're navigating through something or letting go of the past, and these people coming into your life, or a new person is reminding you of another person that you have wanted to leave behind. Again, don't be overwhelmed by the emotionality here. Keep your balance. You know, find what works for you. You know, I know for me meditation, daily meditation, being grounded. And if my circumstance, you know, that really works for me. I need to align myself, empty my mind, literally get out of my own way if I get unbalanced in any way. And so, you know, for me also going out into nature will do the same. But not just going out into nature where there's room for my mind to wander. I need to consciously put my mind down if it's running wild, because it does, doesn't it? You know, that's what happens. And it's often the ego mind, or the child aspect of our ego mind, worrying, being anxious, you know, that something may or may not work out again. This is a real invitation to enjoy, literally enjoy the fruits that are coming your way, the fruits of love. If you're reconnecting with an ex, you know, do so mindfully, because I think you'll see them for, you know, if there's been a bit of backstabby stuff, you know, that's got to find a resolution. But again, enjoy the fruits of your manifestations. Enjoy the journey. The key here is to celebrate yourself and remain centered in yourself. The lovely Virgo energy is so proactive. It speaks about work-life balance. You know, if you're busy working, you know, make sure you really do take time, if a relationship is what you want, to prioritize that. You know, don't just be, don't find yourself in the role of being a consistent provider. And in terms of Virgo energy for the new moon as well, there's something within relationship, not just about work-life balance, but also about not being too prescribed about what you're trying to create. Allow it to flow, allow it to move forwards. You know, all will become clear. There's something about enjoying the journey. Now, the moon in reverse, again, this is what I'm sort of feeling. The moon for me is always a rite of passage. Now, there is a rite of passage into a space of a new way of being within relationship, and you're on solid ground here. You're manifesting from the inside out. There's a gorgeous energy with the Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups here. Very solid base from within. But the restore balance is maintaining that. You know, have a 1 minute silence break every now and then if you find your mind is racing. The moon, yeah, don't be overwhelmed by, again, your emotions. There's a rite of passage going on. And I think it's very important to feel that you can navigate your way through this without feeling, yeah, overwhelmed by emotion. I always think of this as a rite of passage. I'm actually going to do a little bit of energy shifting, actually. We're going to do we're going to do a little bit of energy shifting here. In fact, lovely, I can see what we're going to do already. So we're going to write this card, because this is really about you coming through a rite of passage into a space where you let go of any insecurities that this kind of stuff or the connections to these kind of people have left you with. And if there is somebody in your world who is a little bit, still has that tendency, you'll be able to pull them up and say, look, do you know, this isn't for me. You know, it's kind of, you know, step up or step away, step up or step out. You know, there's something about your own strength within relationship, but to hold that, you need to trust your intuition and seek that higher guidance, seek guidance from somebody around you as well, who is wise, somebody of wisdom. So in writing this card, sit with the energy and notice how you are with this. Now, what we're going to do is create a little bit of a shift. We're going to bring in, we're actually going to bring in some carnelian, actually. Yeah, excuse me while I lean across the, here, I think I have a small piece here. Yes, I do. Lovely, excuse my arm across the camera. But yeah, so I have a lovely little piece of carnelian here. This will kind of, for me, this kind of does what it says on the tin. It gives you strength, it gives you resilience, it gives you consistency. You can see something through to the finish. And if you're procrastinating, it's a great one to carry. The reason I'm bringing it in here is because I'm wanting an anchor point here. Lovely, it really aligns with the colours here, doesn't it? Absolutely beautifully aligns with the colours. I want an anchor point. In fact, we are literally going to place it here as an anchor point. So we're bringing in carnelian. We're going to write the moon into its upright position. So see how that feels for you. If you recognise, now we have this in the upright position, that you are actually undergoing a rite of passage into a space where you can be within relationship in a way that is different to the way you've been in relationships previously. You can hold your own. You have a sense of entitlement. That's what this reading is speaking to you about. So this is the anchor point. You don't need to be blown away by emotions or fears or insecurities. You anchor yourself in who you are. You know what you wish to draw in. You trust your own intuition. You trust you will be shown the way. If you are unclear about anything, you simply move into some aspect of your own personal spiritual practice that regrounds you, and you progress with greater awareness, allowing something to organically flow into being. Don't try to prescribe it. Your staying power is your consistency, and enjoy. You know, don't rush to make that commitment. That commitment will come, and it will come when it is right, because it is right, and because it is, you know, this will be a relationship built of substance and of the level of integrity that you seek for yourself, and of the level of emotional depth that you seek for yourself. So wonderful friends, I am just going to send you all the love in the world. And I will say thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, and thank you to those of you who share and comment and who subscribe. You know, it really does help to maintain the channel and to keep putting free stuff into the world. Wonderful friends, thank you so much, and so much love to you. Welcome to reading number 2, with a symbol that is about attracting abundance in money. So this may connect to your career pathway, but it is all about money, possessions, material things in our lives. Now we have the rune of breakthrough. This is lovely because the rune of breakthrough, literally it can mean a light bulb moment. It can mean you get that spark of an idea that will take you forwards. It can literally also mean that you do a 180 degree turn. You change course, you move in a different direction. Something is being shown to you that you just decide that that's, if you were writing, I don't know, a series of books, you suddenly get an idea and you decide to write a completely different one. It's that flavour sometimes. So there's going to be either potentially a change or a new spark of inspiration, or a new pathway that's shown to you. So therefore it could be a new career pathway, it could be a new job, it could be something arriving unexpectedly. But one way or the other, it could be a course correction on your pathway, on your existing pathway. But this suggests some kind of literally a turnaround. It can also simply indicate a turnaround in your fortunes. Let's have a look and see what we have. So we have Prince of Discs, the Fool, new beginnings. Wow, these are amazing cards. Prince of Discs, the Fool, Princess of Swords, the Magician, and we have the card of adjustments, so course correction. Okay, adjustments are going to need to be made here. Prince of Discs, you really are in a space of new beginnings. You're breaking something down in order to move forward. Something is changing, whether it's a resistance within you. We have the card Choices and Decisions, Two of Cups, nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. I think there's more than one option open to you, hence this change of direction potentially. Where you are at the moment, I feel like I'm wanting to say slow and steady wins the race. Be steady in your approach. Don't rush. Don't worry about trying to make a decision too quickly. You've been working at something. It is a time to sow seeds. You may also find for some of you that you've already you've made certain investments. Let's put it that way. So whether that is literally an investment or whether it's an investment of time and energy in a particular project or an idea or whatever it is, or you've been working at something, you may even be beginning to see the initial results of those seeds that you've sown. There's an initial stage here, but there's a new beginning coming. Now, this is either going to be an extension of what you've been doing, but if it's an extension, you're going to be doing something different. You're going to be adding something to it, adding a whole new dimension to it. Or, yeah, for some of you there is. For some of you, it's an extension of what you're already doing. It's almost like if you've got a business, or if you created a product, or you've written a book, it's suddenly going to become a series. Or if you've created a product, you're going to create another product that's somehow connected to the first. It's an extension and a movement onwards. Slow, steady progress. You've been doing some work, but there are choices available to you. There's more than one direction. Again, if you are applying for jobs, you've been very diligent. You've been applying for different posts. I think suddenly you're going to find an opportunity is available. The question is, which one do you take? I think there's going to be more than one potential route for you. But that one way or the other, the energy of new beginnings is around you. And there is something about tearing down the old in order to move forwards. The Princess of Swords, for me, it always speaks of sort of Jesus throwing the moneylenders out of the temple. It's like you're not prepared to tolerate something anymore. So again, for some of you, you've been sowing seeds, you've been working really diligently, very diligently. And maybe you're not actually seeing the real rewards that you need, and hence the throwing the moneylenders out of the temple. You're either going to stand your ground and adjustments will be made and new openings will be made for you within the current situation. I mean, I'm seeing harmony here, but it may also be that actually you move. You decide you're going to get a job elsewhere and work in an environment that suits you. You're not prepared to tolerate this anymore. So there's a very big shift here where you're approaching money, wealth, career from a different perspective. Now, everything is in process for you to move forwards, but again, slow and steady wins the race. I think you might find some sort of radical turning points, some shifting points, but then work will need to take place in between. And it may be that you even try some things on for size, and from that trying on for size, oh my goodness me, I'm so sorry, I do this when I've got a cuckoo in my garden. This is extraordinary. Again, so beautiful. Wow, to actually have a cuckoo arrive in the garden. I've not seen one so visibly close. Cuckoos are really interesting, aren't they? Because they sit in they're hatched in other people's nests. That's what happens. They are hatched in other people's nests. So you've been sitting in an arena that hasn't been quite right for you. Yeah, you've almost, for some of you, you've even been made to feel, you know, like we talk about imposter syndrome, and it's time to throw something out. You're needing to move forwards and through something here. Choices and decisions. The choices we make today are defining the shape of our tomorrow. And so it's hardly surprising that we sometimes worry about making the right decisions. Do not shroud your mind in the fog of uncertainty. Just as you have choices today, you also have choices tomorrow and the day after. Be assured you can always change course again. There's something about shifting your nest, moving from one nest to another, trying things on for size. I think whether you are working on your own projects, or you are in an arena where you are thinking of going for a promotion, or you're thinking of moving in an entirely different direction, I think choices are available to you. You might need to just literally do some exploration. Slow and steady wins the race. Sow some seeds. Put some inquiries out there if you're not entirely happy where you are. Or if you've been applying for jobs and something hasn't been coming through, expand your horizons. Look at something where if you have been feeling that your skills are not transferable, actually they are, is what's being said. You know, apply for a job that you think looks really, really, really interesting, that you could feel really passionate about, but you're not sure that you can actually do it yet. Don't worry. You're not expected to be able to do it all. You're expected to step into it and learn and grow. So again, this reading is saying have the confidence to try something new. Have the confidence to step out of your comfort zone. The universe has your back here. Changes are taking place around you. The Two of Cups suggests harmony. It suggests harmony in relationship. It can indicate, I think, a business partnership. It's not always about love. For some of you, you may actually find if you are in a new relationship or you are in an existing relationship that your partner's choices, or going into a new relationship, maybe you decide to move location and you change job. So there could be the influence of a relationship in your work. I'm not seeing this as a relationship aspect as such, but there could be that relational aspect. If you're looking at entering a business partnership, I think it's going to be very successful and flow with harmony, but nothing is yet set in stone. So whatever you are attracting and drawing into you in terms of wealth, success, you're in a space of significant opportunity. That's really what I want to say. Give yourself permission to try things on for size. Give yourself permission to expand existing projects. Let your mind wander into creative avenues. If you are writing a book, maybe there's a sequel. Or maybe if you're writing a book, maybe there's an entirely new book. There's something about expanding your horizons, stepping out of your comfort zone, taking what you do into a whole new level. This feels very productive, which of course is wonderful with the energy of the Virgo new moon. Now, with your new moon wishes and indeed intentions, there's a difference. Wishes are very much about I wish for, I would like to easily attract X, Y, Z. Whereas actually the energy of intention is about, and I intend to do. You might want to timetable yourself, so you give yourself a period of time every day just to free flow in terms of ideas if you are working on projects of your own. But there is definitely a space of profound possibility around you. The new moon in Virgo aligns us with wishes that help to align us with, our best contribution as well. So almost our calling. I feel that you could get a significant breakthrough moment within the next few weeks, perhaps the next lunar cycle. We are entering the 9th clan mother lunar cycle, setting sun woman. It's interesting, she is, the keeper of tomorrow's goals and dreams. We're just concluding a month of, the 8th clan mother, she who heals, which was a rite of passage, peeling back the layers. Fascinating, because the readings every week was so aligned with the peeling back the layers, the healing, the seeking resolution, the letting go of things that were in our way. This is a whole new energetic phase, and I can really feel it in the readings, having now done reading 1 and we're in reading 2. Really a whole new phase where we are thinking about what we wish to manifest. As we say in this card here from the Art of Manifestation pack, the choices we make today are defining the shape of our tomorrow. So it's hardly surprising that we worry about making the right decisions. Do not shroud your mind in the fog of uncertainty. Just as you have choices today, you also have choices tomorrow and the day after. Be assured you can always change course again. There are options and possibilities open to you. I think the breakthrough will come, but there are adjustments to your course. I think there's either as I said very clearly, either an extension or a new direction of some sort. Very powerful. I have never seen a cuckoo in my garden. Remember, they are nurtured by someone else. They're kind of born into somebody else's nest. They then move on and sort of, generate their own world in some way. They're a very, very interesting. They also, of course, are symbolic of the first signs of spring. Now, even though we are not in spring, we are entering September. Cuckoos do represent, when you hear a cuckoo call, it is the first sign of spring. It's the first sign of, that's the message that's coming through with cuckoo. There is a connection for some of you who have been made to feel uncomfortable where you are, and you're therefore needing to move, stand your ground, move beyond, know that you're worthy of more. But that's the healing month that we're coming away from. Actually, I am hearing the message of the cuckoo is exactly that. It's the first sign of spring. That's what happens. It's certainly in the UK, it's known as, if you hear a cuckoo, it's good luck. It means spring is coming, new beginnings. That's the relevance of the cuckoo showing up here in our messages today. New beginnings, a whole new phase and cycle of manifesting, of the way, it's the way in which you manifest money. It's the way in which you generate resources, energy, and the things that you need in order to fund the life that you wish. But nothing is yet set in stone. Give yourself time. Slow and steady wins the race. To try things on for size. Put those inquiries out there. Send your CV to unexpected places. Apply for stuff that you didn't dream you would have done, or that you weren't sure that you could. It's really putting yourself out there and allowing that breakthrough moment to surface and come to you. Feels really exciting, I want to say. It really does feel exciting. Wonderful friends, just tons and tons of love to you, sending so much love your way, and yeah, I am really, really excited. My feet are tingling, which is a sure sign of manifestation. If we think of our root chakra as sort of travelling down into our feet, our feet are plugged into the ground. It's where we manifest. It's where we bring things into form, where energy sort of meets matter and starts to emerge. My feet are tingling, and it's very powerful. Wonderful friends, tons and tons of love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 3. these readings are literally blowing me away. They are so powerful. So, I mean, I think it is just this massive shift as well from the 8th moon cycle of She Who Heals, where we really are peeling back the layers, undergoing a rite of passage in such an internal way. We're moving to Setting Sun Woman, the 9th clan mother. You know, she's represented by the colour of will, green. She's the keeper of tomorrow's goals and dreams. It's like the energy is rising. Very appropriate for this last set of symbols that make up the energy of attraction through will, through our desire and will. We have the rune of the warrior. Now this is about discernment. It's about cutting away the old, moving into a space of the new, very appropriate. This may also mean for some of you that you need to be very thoughtful about what you're thinking about. You know, the power of thought, the power of will. You know, if we give our focused attention to something, for a set period of the day, like a prayer or setting our intentions, again making new moon wishes and intentions, if we then think about everything that we don't want, you know, for the rest of the time, we're investing more energy in what we don't want than that focused attention of what we do. So there's something about cutting away the old, being discerning and being mindful of your thoughts. This is interesting. So we have the card of the Fool, but it's in reverse. The card of the High Priestess, empowerment, in reverse. Knight of Cups, dreamer. Ah, this is lovely. We have the Empress, card of nurture, of birthing, bringing into being. Knight of Swords. Move everything over, make sure we have enough room for everything here. Okay. Knight of Swords, crystal clear intentions, being thoughtful about your mind, allowing your, it's like having the difference for me, spontaneity, moving away from the ego mind and moving into that space where your mind is guided by higher vision, greater clarity. We have the Ace of Earth, total new beginnings. Very interesting that the Fool is in reverse and the card of empowerment, the High Priestess, is in reverse. So maybe there's a pause for something here. We'll see what the reading shows us. We have the card of shine. The time is right for you to spread your wings and soar. You have something valuable to share. Bring forth your greatest contribution, step into your fullest potential, show the world the real you. Reach out and shine. The universe supports your growth. We have the card of the Sun, and your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. This is lovely. There's a delay around you. You're doing really, really well, guys. You really are. You're getting really good at navigating your thoughts, navigating your manifestations, knowing what you want, having a clarity around it. There's something really powerful here that you're emerging, that's emerging in your world in terms of your pathway. It's like you're manifesting from the heart. I can feel this real surge of energy in my heart, and it's also quite grounded and quite centered. I want to say you've got your priorities right. Okay, that's where what I'm hearing. You know what actually matters. This is lovely. But there's a pause around you. New beginnings, the Fool in reverse, the card of empowerment in reverse. Curiously enough, I wondered if we would do some energy shifting, but I don't think we're going to. I think these cards are in reverse with good reason. I think there is a pause around you, but I think it's with, I want to say validation. There's a pause around you with good reason. I'm going to bring into this reading a couple of angels, actually, some of the crystal angels. So the first angel I'm going to bring in is honey calcite. This is a stone of leadership. And I'm also going to bring in a cherry quartz angel. Cherry quartz shifts us from a sort of a stagnant position. If something is stuck or stagnant, it moves forwards. Okay, now what I'm hearing is there is actually almost like a conscious pause, and you're being asked here very strong message. Again, it's the discernment. You're having to navigate something alongside your manifestations. It's like an extra, an aside. I'm literally seeing it. It's like I've got a bubble of almost manifestation, your field, your own energetic field around you. I don't know if any of you have ever read either the book The Field or indeed The Intention Experiment. Very relevant to this symbol. All these symbols, this collection of symbols as they came through. The Intention Experiment is fascinating because it is a book that just talks about numerous experiments that were really methodically held in order to gauge the power of the mind and to almost bear witness to the potential results of the power of our mind in terms of conscious co-creation. Very, very well put together, really, really worth reading. I've mentioned it once before, and forgive me because I can't remember the name of the author. I'm not good at remembering names. It's just something that's always been with me. I remember all sorts of stuff and things and people's stories and examples, but I don't remember names. Somebody, I'm sure, in this wonderful community will know and write it in the comments. So thank you for any of you who are able to do that. But yeah, you're asked to hold your course, leadership. Sit with the stuckness that's around you. I want to say it's not actually stuck. Your manifestations, your process isn't entirely stuck, but there's something going on around you that you're having to process. It's like an extra or an add-on or a circumstance around you. It's quite likely to be generated externally. There's an external influence. It's outside your zone, your bubble, your field of manifestation. It's taking place, it's something else, somebody else, something else is needed. You are being needed, you're being asked, people are asking you for things. It may even be that you're working on a creative project of your own and there are not interferences as such, but people keep coming through and asking for your help and you'll keep putting something down. I think it's fine. You do need to develop some discernment and some boundaries. So be boundaried about the way that you are navigating the stuff that's going on around you, the stuff that belongs to other people. You know, if people are coming in and constantly asking you for support and help, it may be that you're finding you don't have enough time for your own projects, your own manifestations. So make sure that you are discerning, that you boundary your time and you still continue on your pathway. Allow yourself to simultaneously dream, nurture and create. Literally, the Knight of Swords, spontaneity. You may need to make some, yes, you are needing to juggle a few things. That's what I'm seeing, but don't lose sight of your dreams and just continue to nurture slowly and surely. Even if you have a really busy world and there's a ton of stuff you genuinely have to step up and take responsibility for or support others with, it doesn't mean that your projects, your own ideas are stuck. Just allocate yourself, even if it's like, you know, an hour a day or a half an hour a day to dream and nurture your own desires. You are needing to be flexible at the moment. There's flexibility required. It isn't that the new beginnings are not going to happen. It isn't that your source of empowerment is being drained, although you might feel like it sometimes when lots of stuff is coming in. But you really are in a space of earthing new beginnings. The energy is rising for you. The time is right. The time is right for you to spread your wings and soar. You have something valuable to share. Bring forth your greatest contribution. Step into your fullest potential. Show the world the real you. Reach out and shine. The universe supports your growth. The sun, I mean, this is about creativity, energy coming to you for you to manifest. Your hard work is paying off. This feels like a beautifully aligned reading that says, you know, get to it. You know, you need to put the hard work in. You also, of course, do need to, you know, hold your vision. And yes, there are other things that require your energy, but don't lose sight of your own desires and goals. Be discerning, hold your boundaries. You may have to let go of some things for some of you in order to hold that space. Maybe even letting go of a space where you believe you should be available for everybody at everybody's beck and call. You can be available, but be available with boundaries. Everything is really clear here. Very, very interesting. Yes, flexibility is needed, but this is a space of new beginnings, and the energy literally is rising for you. I don't know if I really need to say any more actually about this. I feel the reading feels complete. The energy of new beginnings is around you. Your own source of empowerment comes through your discernment, and I do see there are things you have to deal with, and that's okay. But everything is going to move into form. Now, before I wrap up, I just want to speak about the new moon, of course, in Virgo. Tune into the new moon. If you are setting new moon wishes, again, hold those dreams, hold your vision, and ask for, wish for those manifestations, those things you are bringing into being to be. Ask for the way to be shown. Ask for that balance to be found between what you are doing as well as your service and contribution to others. I think if you align the two, for some of you it's really about aligning the two anyway and bringing forth your greatest contribution. But as I said, there is something outside, external, coming in and taking some time, space and energy. But set those new moon wishes, but also set intentions as well. Your hard work is paying off. Wishes are about, I wish to easily, make space in my day to invest in my, my own projects, for example. That's a good new moon wish, especially for a Virgo new moon. If we move into the element of intention, it's like, and I intend to sit down and create a timetable and follow through with that, and uphold my boundaries. So the intention is about doing. The wishing is asking for that guidance and support, and for the way to be shown, and for the energy to support you. I feel like the universe has your back here. It's time for you to step up and shine in whatever you're doing, but to do so in a way that really honours your own desires, as in terms of, and with contribution, also your own rewards. It's really important, if we are walking that spiritual pathway, that we recognise we are entitled to reap the rewards and have our successes, because actually in reality the more that we have, the more that we can invest elsewhere in the good and the benefit of others as well. If your cup is full, then you have much more to give to others, so make sure you fill your own cup in this process. I think this interruption, these circumstances, I think they will get processed. It's just there's something hovering around you, around your field at the moment, but I'm kind of seeing the way becoming clear. So yeah, just be steady in your manifestations, in the nurturing of what you wish to bring forth. Hold your dreams, hold your vision, be adaptable. But just know that the time is right and your hard work is paying off. Whatever you are working on or drawing in any area of your life, keeping that clarity of mind, getting the ego out of the way and stepping into your fullest, your fullest and the fullest and best version of you, whatever you are manifesting, in any area of your life. Be discerning, be boundaried, and keep going. Your hard work is paying off. I want to say big respect to you guys. I feel this is fab. A lot of plates to juggle, but you're going to get there. And, everything is supporting you at this moment in time. This is a lovely reading, lovely set of readings. Such a shift in energy as we move into the next Clan Mother Moon cycle. Very powerful time. So wonderful, friends. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to those of you who have subscribed, liked, shared, commented. I try to get to all your comments, eventually I don't manage always to do it really quickly, but I do read them, so thank you. And I do try to respond where I can. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing and subscribing. It really does help me to keep putting free stuff into the world. So tons and tons and tons of love to you all. Namaste.